Hello, hello. Is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So how many algorithms we have discussed up till now? So we have completed the first bubble sort. After that, next one is the next algorithm.
Selection sort.
Selection sort. Next,
Insertion.
insertion sort. And after that,
Merge.
merge.
Sort.
Right. So can I complete the theoretical part of next algorithm? Right. Cell sort. Cell sort complete करायचं. Next 2-3 राहिले ते complete करायचे का? So still we have 25 minutes.
Okay, sir.
Okay, no? Okay, good. Now cell sort is again. So this is also, this cell sort is based on the insertion sort, right? So this is a part of the insertion sort. So this algorithm so avoid the large shift as in case of insertion sort, right? If the smaller value is to the far right and has to be moved to the far left, right? So this algorithm uses the insertion sort. So on the, already you have studied or we have discussed the insertion sort, right? So first sort them and after that then sort the left white leafless algorithm. So here, so we are using the concept of this Woods formula, right? So Woods formula. So we'll see by considering the example, so how it is used, right? Now we are considering one example. So already, so this same example we are considering. So in the cell sort, so what we are doing, so we take the same array. So we have used in our previous example, and so we are taking the intervals. So 4 intervals we will consider. And here we are making some virtual sublist of all the values which is located at the interval of 4th position. Now here the values are, so we are considering the values of 4th position, means we are combining 1st to 4th position, right? So what is the value at the 1st position here in the cell sort? 1st position la value काय आहे इथं in this array?
35.
Now here we are creating the virtual sublist. एक virtual sublist आपण create करतो. Now along with the first element, we are initially will consider the interval of 4. After that we'll consider interval of 2. After that we'll consider interval of 1, like this, right? So first we'll compare the 35 with the 4th element. Now who is the 4th here? 4th element काय आहे?
14.
14, right? So here I have considered the 35 and 14 as a one sublist. 35, 14 as a sublist I have considered. Right. After that, so 33 and 19. 33 and 19 I have considered. 33 and 19 I have considered, right? After that, 42 and 27. 42 and 27 I have considered, right? And next is the 10 and 44 I have considered. Now how we have created this virtual sublist, all of you understood? So we have considered the interval of 4. या दोन्हीच्या 2 एलिमेंटच्या मधला इंटरवल किती कन्सिडर केलेला आहे? 4. And here we have created a virtual sublist of all the element which is located at the interval of 4th position, right? Now use this sublist. Now after that what we have done, So we compare the values in each sublist and if necessary, swap them in the original array. Now here the 14, sorry. Now 14 is swapped with the 35, right? Now here the 14 is swapped with the 35. Now why? Because 14 is smaller than the 35, right? After that, so compare these two. Compare the next two. Compare the next two values. So 33 and 19. Now who is the smallest here? 19 or 33?
19.
19, right? Sorry. Now 19 is swapped with the 33, right? So after that, compare the 42 and 27. Is it required to do the swapping here?
Yes, sir.
27 is swapped with the 42. After that, next. So 10, 44. Is it required to do the swapping here?
No, sir.
Not required, right? Now, after this step, the new array should look like this. So this is the new array. Now, this is the previous array, 35, 33, 42, 10, 14, 19, 27. 40. So what we have done, we have made a virtual sublist of all the elements which are located at the interval of fourth position, from first to the fourth, right? So likewise, we have created a virtual list and we have compared them, and if necessary, we have swapped. And after swapping, so we have stored in a original array. Now, then, so we take an interval of 1, and this gap generates the two sublists. Interval of 1 will consider, right? Interval 1, if you consider, so 14, 27, 35, and after that 42. So two sublists we have created by considering the interval of what? One interval we have considered. Initially we have considered 4. Now 14, 27, 35, 42. Now after that 19, 10, 33, and 44. Now compare the element, sort the element. Here you can see 14, 27, 35, 42. 19, 10, 33, and 44. Now we compare and swap the values, and if required in the original array. After this step, the array should look like this: 14, 19, 27, 10, 35, 33, 42, and 40. Is it right? Now here why 10 is at the place. Now how it is compared? So can anyone will explain? So how this comparison is done or swap? Now here 14. Now 19 is compared with 27. Right. So who is the less here? 19 or 27?
9.
9.
So 19 will come here, right? At the 27 place. Right. So 27 will be considered as the next. After that, next 10 is compared with 35. Here. 10 is compared with, now who is the smallest? 10. So that will remain as it is. After that, 35. Now here, 33 is compared with 42. So who is the smallest? 33. 42 will remain as it is, and 44 will be considered as it is. Right. And finally, so we sort the rest of the array using the interval of value 1, and cell sort uses the insertion sort to sort the remaining array. Right. So by using the following steps. Now you can apply the insertion sort. Now here we are using the insertion sort, and before that we are dividing the array, or we are using these sorts, right? Intervals. 2 intervals we will consider, and through that intervals, so we are sorting. And after these 2 intervals, so we are applying the insertion sort. So how we are applying the insertion sort? So 14, 19, right? So they are in sorted order. So we are creating here sub list we are maintaining, right? After that 19, 27. So 27 is inserted into this list. After that 27, 10. So 10 is a smaller. So here it is added in the sub list. So in the sub list, still it is not in a sorted order. So we need to sort them in a sub list, right? Sub list मध्ये sort केलं. After that 33. Right. Next is the 33. So add the 33 in this list, right? After that 44 and 44, they are in a sorted. So in this way, so we are doing the cell sort operations. Any doubt? So this is called as a cell sort operations or cell sort algorithm. Next is the quick sort, and again, how many algorithms remaining? Quick sort. Keep short. So these are the very interesting algorithms. P5 we need to use here. And radic sort. Right. So these 3 algorithms we will discuss in the next session. Now, is there any doubt up to this? So we have completed, or we have discussed how many algorithms? So bubble sort, insertion sort, merge sort. After that, selection sort and cell sort. So how many algorithms we have discussed? 5. Is it right? Bubble sort, insertion sort, merge sort, selection sort, and cell sort. Right. Now the remaining is the quick sort, radic sort, and heap sort. So these 3 algorithms we will discuss in the next session. So is there any doubt up to this? Any queries? All of you understood all these algorithm concept. So whatever the concept we discussed up till now. So we discussed bubble sort, insertion sort, merge sort, and selection and cell sort. So if you have understood all these 4 algorithms, 5 algorithms, so you can write in the chat box yes. If you have not understood any of the algorithms, so you can unmute yourself and ask the question. Yeah. Any questions? All of you understood? If yes, you
Will
can
you please
write
repeat cell sort?
cell sort repeat code. Okay. Now here in the cell sort, so how come, right? So here, is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Now this is the list. Now what we have done, so we have considered the sub list, right? आता इथं काय केलेलं आहे, व्हर्च्युअल सब लिस्ट क्रिएट केलेलं आहे. एक फर्स्ट एलिमेंट आणि त्याच्यानंतर कुठला एलिमेंट घेतलेला आहे, फोर्थ पोझिशनचा एलिमेंट घेतलेला आहे. So 0, 1, 2, 3. This is the fourth position. Or if you consider 1, 2, 3, 4. या दोन्हीचं कॉम्बिनेशन घेतलेलं आहे. म्हणजे इंटरवल काय घेतलेलं आहे, मी 4 घेतलेलं आहे. ठीक आहे. 35, 14. 35, 14 एक घेतलेला आहे. परत 33, 19 एक घेतलेलं आहे. 33 त्याचं कुठलं असणार आहे, नेक्स्ट 19. आफ्टर दॅट 42, 27 and 10 and 42. Sorry, 44. After that, what I have done, so I have compared with each others. हे दोन्ही फक्त एकमेकाशी कंपेअर केले. 14 आणि 35. यामध्ये कोण ग्रेटर आहे आणि कोण स्मॉल आहे, या दोन्हीचं शॉर्टिंग केलेलं आहे. So 14, after that 35. Here 19, 33. Here 27, 42. And here 10, 44 as it is. Right. So 10 कोणाच्या ठिकाणी टाकलेला आहे, 44 च्या ठिकाणी, आणि 44 10 च्या ठिकाणी आलेला आहे. हे लोकेशन त्यांचे हे लक्षात घ्या. आता 35 हा 14 ला रिप्लेस होतोय, म्हणजे 14 च्या ठिकाणी 35 येणार आणि 35 च्या ठिकाणी 14 जाणार. ठीक आहे. हे एकमेकाला रिप्लेस झाले म्हणजे ते त्या लोकेशनला गेले तिथे. ठीक आहे. सो इन दिस वे वी हॅव डन द स्वॅपिंग and comparison. So this is the first step. Now after that what I have done, so I have considered the next step. ही पहिली स्टेप लक्षात आली, फर्स्ट स्टेप.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
आता नेक्स्ट स्टेप मध्ये काय केलंय, देन वी टेक इंटरवल ऑफ 1 and this gap generate the two sub list. जर 1 इंटरवल असेल तर काय होणार आहे, एक 2 लिस्ट तयार केली, 14, 27, 35 आणि 42. ठीक आहे. परत इथं काय केलं, सेकंड लिस्ट काय, 19, 10, 33 आणि 44. आता इथं काय केलेलं आहे, 14 ऍज इट इज घेतलेलं. आता 19 आणि 27चं कंपॅरिझन केलेलं आहे. ह्या लिस्ट मध्ये हे एलिमेंट कंपेअर केले. त्यातला ग्रेटर कोण आहे, 19 आहे का 27 आहे,
27.
आणि 19 स्मॉल आहे. मग पहिल्यांदा आपण 14 घेतला, परत 19 घेतलेला आहे आणि नंतर 27. आता नेक्स्ट 2 एलिमेंट कम्पेअर केले, 10 आणि 35. यातला स्मॉलेस्ट कोण आहे, 10. तो ऍज इट इज इथे ठेवलेला आहे. इथं परत 33, 42 स्मॉलेस्ट. म्हणजे ह्या नेक्स्ट इटरेशन मध्ये, नेक्स्ट इंटरवल मध्ये ऍक्च्युली काही चेंज झालेला नाही. सो इन द नेक्स्ट स्टेप, so we compare and swap the values if required in the original array. After this step, the array should look like this. So actually after this second step, so array is same like previous one, there is no any change. So that's why, so what we are doing, so we are applying the next steps. So that is the, we are using here insertion sort. मग ह्याच्यामध्ये आपण काय वापरलेलं आहे, इन्सर्शन शॉर्ट वापरलेलं आहे. पहिल्यांदा आपण हे फक्त इंटरवल करतो. नाउ वेअर दिस शॉर्ट इज ऍप्लिकेबल, सो इन केस ऑफ बिगर लिस्ट, जर तुमच्याकडे एक मोठी लिस्ट असेल तर त्या स्टेप्सला या अशा पद्धतीचं सेल शॉर्ट अल्गोरिदम वापरले जातात. मग इथं काय केलेलं आहे, लिनियर, सॉरी काय सांगितलं मी, कुठला सॉर्टिंग वापरतोय आपण, insertion, not linear, insertion. So cell sort uses the insertion sort to sort the array. ठीक आहे. So first we have used this step, right? After that, so we are applying the insertion sort. मग insertion sort मध्ये काय असते? So first we are creating the sublist. पहिल्यांदा आपण sublist create करतोय. हा फर्स्ट एलिमेंट 14 सबलिस्ट मध्ये ऍड केला, परत तो 19 शी कंपेअर केला. मग ह्यामध्ये स्मॉलेस्ट कोण आहे? 14 आणि 19 ग्रेटर आहे. स्वॅपिंगची गरज आहे का? आहे का स्वॅपिंगची गरज?
नाही नाही
नो सर.
मग 19 कुठे ऍड
No.
केला? ह्या सब लिस्ट मध्ये. आता इथं सब लिस्ट ग्रीन कलरनी दाखवलेली, राईट. नेक्स्ट 19 कम्पेअर्ड विथ 27, 27 शी कंपेअर केला, ठीक आहे. 27 शी कंपेअर केल्यानंतर सॉर्टेड आहे का हे?
येस सर आहे.
मग 27 ऍडेड इन द सब लिस्ट. आफ्टर दॅट कंपेअर विथ 27 इज कंपेअर्ड विथ 10. 10 बरोबर कंपेअर केला, आहे का सॉर्टेड ऑर्डर मध्ये?
नाही सर.
नाही. मग 10 स्वॅप कोणाशी केलेला आहे? 27. ठीक आहे. आणि इट इज ऍडेड इन अ सबलिस्ट. मग आता सबलिस्ट मध्ये ऍड केल्यानंतर, सबलिस्ट मध्ये ऍड केल्यानंतर तो आहे का सबलिस्ट सॉर्टेड ऑर्डर मध्ये आहे का? आता इथं सबलिस्ट आहे का सॉर्टेड ऑर्डर मध्ये 10 ऍड केल्यानंतर?
नो सर.
नो. मग सो वी नीड टू सॉर्ट द सबलिस्ट. मग सॉर्ट कशी करतो आपण सबलिस्ट? 10 कम्पेअर्ड विथ 27, परत 10 कम्पेअर्ड विथ 19, 10 compared with 14, and 10 will be at first position of the sorted list. Now here we'll get the sorted list. Now after that 35 is compared with 27. So 35 will be inserted in a sorted list, right? Now the sorted list in ordered manner, right? After that next 35 compared with 33. Now 33 is smaller than the 35. Swap them, right? Swap केला आणि परत सब लिस्ट मध्ये ऍड केलं. After that 42 is greater than 35. Same, it is already in a sorted order. So parat 44 ala. In this way, so we have identified the sorted list. लक्षात आलं? सेल शॉर्ट. सेल शॉर्ट मध्ये ऍक्च्युली आपण इन्सर्शन शॉर्टच वापरतोय. But before going to the insertion sort, so we are checking the interval. We are considering the fourth intervals and elements. So we are creating the virtual sublist. So by considering first element and fourth number element, right? And we are comparing the first number element and fourth number element. And if they are in a sorted order, we are keeping them as it is. If they are not in a sorted order, so we are swapping them, right? And after that, we are applying the insertion sort. So this is called as a sales sort. Now got it?
Yes sir.
Okay.
Yes sir.
Now all of you have understood the cell short? Or still?
Yes sir.
Yeah. Now we'll stop here. So if you are having any questions, so you can ask. Otherwise, so we'll take a pause here. And next point we will continue. Remaining 3 algorithms in the next session we will complete. And implementation of the algorithm, so you can do it at the time of practicals. Or I will explain the programs, or I will share the some logical parts with you. So definitely you are able to implement it. And I got a very good response for the practical. So all of you have implemented the Bubblesort, linear search and binary search. Right now we will stop here. So if you are not having any questions, so you can drop the call. Thank you.